The topic of our Dhamma talk tonight is the art of living most happily and most beneficially. So my talk will be mostly based on this book, The Right View on Life, Living and Dying. So, to know the art of living very happily and beneficially, we should understand the true nature of existence. And the true nature of existence is very, very difficult to understand. And actually, it is not known by not the philosophers, psychologists, scientists, etc. So only the Buddha could know the true nature of existence. And he also showed the way how to live most happily and most beneficially. And from our study of Abhidhamma, so we have quite a good knowledge about the true existence of the true nature of existence. So first we should know there are two kinds of truths. So we call conventional truth, so samuti satcha, called in Pali, and then ultimate truth, Paramatha Satcha. So conventional truth takes conventional things, conventional realities or concepts to really exist. So what are these conventional realities or the concepts that appear in our mind? So they are all living beings and all inanimate things. And the names we give to call each of them, these are conventional realities. So we think they really exist, because by our sense perception, we can see these ultimate realities, and they exist. They are, even we think, permanent, and they are pleasant and beautiful, and then desirable that we think. Now when we think them not to be permanent and pleasant, blissful and desirable, then we develop the craving and attachment to these sense objects. So the Buddha said, the real thing is our mind is blinded by ignorance moha. So the Buddha said, the mind is the most powerful agent in the whole world. It actually leads the world. It rules the world. It controls all our fate and destinies. And all our success or failure, all our sorrow or happiness, actually depend on the mind. Depend on the mind. All are mind-made. All are mind-made. And it is the Buddha who could analyze the mind into its ultimate components. So these ultimate components that cannot be subdivided anymore. So they are the ultimate components. So they are called ultimate realities. And the Buddha said these ultimate realities really exist in the universe, in us, and in everything in the whole universe. So when he analyzed the mind, he said the mind is made up of consciousness and mental factors. So consciousness, so we call in Pali the citta, that is aware of each sense object. That is aware of each sense object. So we know we have the consciousness, and all living beings have consciousness. And consciousness the leader, because depending on this consciousness, the mental factors arise. The mental factors. But the mental factors, they influence the mind and the consciousness in several ways. And the mind have to behave in accordance with their influence. So that means the mental factors actually determine the behavior of the mind. The behavior of the mind. So together, conscious and mental factors, so they associate in various combinations to form various states of the minds. So the Buddha said there are 13 neutral mental factors. So they are very essential to us. And though they can work both for good and for bad, but if we can make use of them for the good purpose, they become our very valuable qualities, the neutral mental factors. So it contains like the feeling that we enjoy or we hate. When the painful feeling we hate, and when we have pleasant feeling, we like it, we enjoy it. And perception, taking note of the detailed features of all sense objects, and it acts as our memory. And then volition chaitana. Volition chaitana. So that sets to perform an action, and it prompts its concomitants. Concomitants mean other mental factors and consciousness to do their respective functions to accomplish the action. So this chaitana volition is called karma. Karma. So karma actually means volitional action, we say. Volitional action or volitional deed. So, and then we have 14 mental factors which are evil and they are bad actually. So they represent our bad qualities. So in this group we have 10 defilements. 10 defilements that defy, debase the mind and burn the mind. Burn the mind. And they make the mind wicked, to be immoral, and to perform immoral actions. So all immoral actions, that means the evil actions, unjust actions, and all suffering that arise from these actions are due to these 10 defilements. These 10 defilements. And they are our greatest enemies. We should know. We should know about them. We should know about them because they will send us to the woeful state when we die. When we die. And there are 3 leaders. We go lopa, dosa, moha. So we go lopa, dosa, moha because lopa is the most active. So actually the moha that we call ignorance is the leader. Is the leader. So the Buddha said this moha. So these defilements, they arise with our rebirth consciousness since we are conceived in the mother's womb. In the mother's womb. So if you say, who create these, the evil defilements? So what would you say? So, no Almighty God who can create these evil things. They are natural. All are not natural. What really exists in the whole universe is only natural, not natural things. So not like the Almighty God who can create the mind. No Almighty God can create the mind. So that these 3, the ignorance, it blinds our mind so that we cannot know the true nature of these living beings and inanimate things that we call sense objects. We call them sense objects. no, because they are response form, they can appear in the eye, and they make, you know, the speeches, the noises that we can hear, and they also have the smell, and no, so some like the, no, like the, no, we cook the meat, they have the taste, no, and they have the touch also. So because of them, no, we think they really exist. But the Buddha said, no, they do not exist in their own right. No, naturally, they are actually, no, the combination of ultimate realities. So when you, no, analyze these living beings, so first we know all living beings are make up of body and mind. Now we say, no, the mind is made up of consciousness and mental factors. And consciousness and mental factors, no, together we call them ultimate mentalities. In Pali we say nama, ultimate mentalities. And the body, the Buddha also analyzed it into their ultimate components, and he found 28 types of ultimate materiality. So we call that ultimate materiality. So in Pali we say rupa. So the Buddha said, no, in all living beings and in all the universe, what really exists is only this nama and rupa, mentality and materiality. And they are, no, not permanent. They are arising and dissolving very rapidly. No, very rapidly. No, like the minds can arise and dissolve, no, at the order of 1,000 billion per eye wink or per snap of the hand, we say. So even science didn't know about this. No, very, very first. And also materiality, they also arise and dissolve very, no, rapidly. So at the rate of 58 billion per snap of the hand, per snap of the hand. So if we can see the reality, no, the realities that make up our body and mind, then we see them to be arising and dissolving very rapidly. So we say, no, in actuality, no, all living beings, no, including us, we are not permanent. We are not permanent. No, we are changing very, very rapidly. And this is called anicca, no, impermanence. It's one characteristic of existence. No, one characteristic of existence, impermanence. And what is not permanent is not satisfactory, and to be tortured continuously by the incessant dissolution of this mentality materiality that we cherish, we love, we are attached to. So the things that we are attached to, they are dissolving all the time. So that means, no, we are tortured. Oh, no, our all beloved things, no, destroy. So actually it amounts to suffering, the Buddha said. No, suffering, dukkha. So when we can see the real nature, we cannot ignore the teaching of the Buddha. No, the Buddha said it is impermanence, suffering, and not self. Not self. No self. No person. No man, no woman, no I, no you. No, that means because, no, all these ultimate mentalities and materiality that make all living beings, all of them, after they arise, no, they immediately dissolve or perish, disappear. So no permanent entity, no permanent thing that can be called, no, a self, a soul, no, an ego, or, no, a person or any living being. So again, when we can see up to that level, we cannot deny this nature, and it is called non-self. No, in Pali, anatta. So, no, in other religions, as they do not know this about ultimate realities, so they even, no, they propose that, oh, a permanent soul exists, no, in us. but no permanent soul, the Buddha said, no, anatta. So this anicca, dukkha, anatta, no, we call them impermanent, suffering, and non-self. They are the three basic common characteristics of all the living beings, all mentality and materiality. And the Buddha said, no living beings are beautiful. Well, you would object to that because we also all think that, oh, we are very handsome and beautiful. Very handsome and beautiful. No? Now, the Buddha gave the reason. So don't judge a person or a living being to be beautiful by just outward appearance. By outward appearance. You may say, oh, Miss Universe is very beautiful because she has a very beautiful body and appearance. So we say she is very beautiful. So don't judge by outside appearance. That will not be true, the Buddha said. So to know the truth, you must analyze. You must analyze. So we can analyze step by step, actually. So first the Buddha, he analyzed a living being into 32 parts of the body. He say head hair, body hair, the nails, the teeth, the skin, the flesh, the bones, and then the sinews and the arteries, and then the blood, and the heart, the lungs, the livers, the kidneys, the intestines, and then like the pus, the urine, the excrement, so all these 32 parts. Then you examine each part, the Buddha said. Which part is beautiful? So we have cut the fishes, and we have cut the chickens, and so we also see the body parts of this animal. So none of them are beautiful. None of them are beautiful. All are repulsive, disgusting, and loathsome, the Buddha said. That's correct. That's correct. Every part. And very soon they will decay, they will rotten, and they will smell very, very badly. Very badly. So if we can see this real nature, so we cannot say Miss Universe is beautiful. So that saying, the Western saying, they say, beauty is skin deep. It is correct. So, with your wisdom, you try to peel out the outer skin of Miss Universe. So the outer skin is very thin. It will amount to only a handful, smeared with blood and smelling fishy and very bad. So when you try to offer to the gentleman who appreciate Miss Universe, admire Miss Universe, now this is the beauty of Miss Universe. We are giving you free of charge. Who would like to take it? So nobody would take it. It is totally disgusting. And how about the body of Miss Universe after the skin is peeled out? So it appears like a de-skinned lamb carcass in the butcher shop. In the butcher shop, the same thing. So the flesh with the blood. So it appears disgusting. No gentleman would like to embrace Miss Universe anymore. The de-skinned Miss Universe. So if we can see in that way, then we agree with the Buddha. This all living beings are repulsive and disgusting. So we get four nature, four characteristics. These are the true characteristics of all living beings. All living beings. Now, when the ignorance blinds our mind, we cannot see these ultimate realities, ultimate characteristics. So we get the wrong vision. the wrong vision. So we think, oh, no, persons, no, the living beings, men, women, really exist. No, really exist. No, really exist, and they are permanent. Instead of impermanent, we say they are permanent. We are permanent since we were born. Up till now, we are permanent. We say, and we are pleasant and pleasant and even beautiful. No? And then we are person, man, woman, Dr. Mon, and all these things. So we really exist, and we are handsome and beautiful. So we take the opposite of the realities, the opposite of the realities. So when we are blinded like that, then the loper is greed actually. So just by saying greed, it is not complete. So we have to say the loper is greed with the characteristic of craving and attachment. So it also means craving and attachment, this greed. So when we think we really exist and sense object really exist and they are beautiful, so when we encounter with them, like we see, we observed the Korean movie, Chinese movie, and eat very good food, we have pleasant feeling, pleasant taste. Pleasant feeling, pleasant taste, and we think these are good. So this greed craves for it, craves for them again and again, and attached to them. And when you crave, you appreciate these movies, and you like them, you are attached to them, you crave for them again and again. So you have always to make the effort to enjoy them again and again. So to enjoy them again and again, we need money. So science is producing, the latest television, so that it costs money, so we buy. So even to get money, we have to walk the whole life. The whole life. So we think, walking for money is the most important in life. That's what we think, the most important in life. So when I went around the world and got to the big cities, like Tokyo, London, New York. In big city, the people are running faster. they have to walk more because their desires are more. What they want are more. So they have a lot of the credit cards they have spent. So they are in debt. To pay them. They are always pushed together to walk. So to walk is suffering. To walk the whole life is suffering. And then, when you want to get a lot of riches, wealth, so when you don't succeed in your business, so you get frustrated and disappointment. Again, suffering. And you can never gratify the desires of this craving. The desire of this craving. Because the Buddha said, these ultimate materiality and mentalities, they never give up their characteristic. Greed will never give up its characteristic of craving and desiring. So as soon as one desire is gratified or satisfied, so many new desires arise. You get me that one, a better food, better object, or more money. So we have the saying, like in Myanmar. So the more we get, the more we desire. The more we desire. Just drinking salty sea water. So when you drink salty sea water, you become more and more thirsty. The more you drink, the more thirsty you are. So the same thing. These sense pleasure. The more we enjoy, so the desire to enjoy, for new sense desire, will grow bigger and bigger. Just like putting the fuel into the fire. If put more fuel into the fire becomes bigger and bigger. The same thing. Just trying to satisfy this greed, it becomes bigger and bigger. And this greed give rise to, so the Buddha said, from craving springs grief. Grief means sadness or sorrow. From craving springs fear. For one who does not have any craving, there will be no grief, much less fear. No grief, no sorrow, no fear, if you don't have this craving. So we say this craving also give rise to attachment. Craving and attachment, they are similar. Craving, you desire it, and when you get it, you get attached to it because you like it very much. You are attached to it. When you are attached to it, you have to guard it, and then to worry about it, because if you are riding the latest, say, Mercedes Benz, so it costs so much money. You park in the outside. You have to worry. Oh, some people put bang into my car. Someone was scratching my car, or some thief may steal my car. So you have to worry all the time. All the time. The same thing. We have to worry about the safety and about the happiness of our family members, our wife, our husband, our son, our daughters. So something happens to them, then you have a strong grip, great grip, and we don't know. We are being burned by the strong fires of ignorance, greed, and anger. That fear and greed and disappointment, despair, all these are anger. It comes from anger. So these are the three leaders of defilement. The Buddha said they are the hottest fires that always burn us. They are burning us, so we are enjoying sense pleasure with these fires. So being burned by this fire, we don't know. Now only when we lost them, then we can notice the fire. Oh, it's so painful. Not just in the Shakespeare's play, Romeo and Juliet, the two young people, they fell in love and they said, oh, love is a many splendid thing. So they were very happy just for a short while. Then their parents did not agree to unite them, so they were separated. So when you are separated from your beloved ones, great suffering, great suffering. So when you want to see each other again, so when your desires cannot be accomplished, it means suffering, great suffering. So finally, there are these fires, burn them so much, they cannot bear anymore, they committed suicide. But not only in Shakespeare's play, in the daily life, in every daily life. So many lovers who were separated became heartbroken, cannot eat, cannot sleep, and they may die slowly. And some even they took like insecticide, overdose of sleeping pills, and they came to the hospital at midnight. So after midnight, so many of them are always like that. So we say, like the Marilyn Monroe, the most beautiful, the actress. So we like her very much. When we watch her movie, The River of No Return. So when we are university students, but we were amazed to read that she died by taking overdose of sleeping pills. And then that very, the well-known actor, the Rock Hudson, very handsome. So, when he was quite old, he announced to the world, he has AIDS. So, if you have AIDS, you are bound to die very sooner or later. So you cannot be happy anymore. So we can see, like Elvis Presley, the Michael Jackson, also these splendors in the sense sphere. So they die very young, and they are not happy. They are die in sadness actually, in sadness. So we should know that this sense pleasure is just illusion. So we are living in the elusive world. The ignorance gives us the illusion, so we think it to be real. So now we try to enjoy it by this greed. So everybody have been acting under the persuasion of greed. So to get more money in order to enjoy this sense pleasure, and what they get the pleasure and happiness is just momentary. So it is the joy and the happiness, piti and sukha, the two mental factors. They arise and they dissolve. So as soon as they arise, they dissolve. So we say this sense pleasure is fleeting, transient. As soon as it arises, it disappears. And it is a prelude to suffering. As soon as it disappears, you don't get it, you get suffering. So, you never get real happiness from sense and pleasure. So it is just like finding water in the mirage. In the mirage, we think, oh, there's water there. But when we go there, no water. And also trying to get gold from the rainbow. No gold at the rainbow. So we should know that this is the elusive world, that most of the worldlings are living under the illusion of ignorance, and they are trying to be happy, to find happiness in the elusive world. And many of them have to die very, very miserably. And just like last year, we had very bad economic depression worldwide. And so the prices of stocks and shares went down. And so those billionaires, they invested their money, billions of money in those stocks and shares. So they lost billions of money overnight. So they were attached to this money. Though they lost, they say, the 2/3 of their billions, they still have more money than the ordinary people. So we say, if an elephant becomes thin and skinny, it is bigger than a buffalo. They still have more than enough to live on. But when they are attached to those wealth, and when the wealth lost, now this greed, the greed and the great sorrow, and then this bodily pain, mental pain, we call despair. So they cannot stand. They committed suicide very miserably. Some of them, they committed suicide by diving in front of the running trains. So very bad. And they don't know what will happen after death. So again, all the philosophers, the psychologists and the scientists, they don't know what will happen after death. So in the case of the Buddha, he could show the way. You can develop supernormal power, like divine eye. Then the Buddha said, you can see people who are dying. And when they die, after they die, you can see where they are born, according to the karma, according to their karma. So when they die, by committing suicide, it's a bad karma. So that means they will be born in a woeful state, most probably in hell. So it's just when we are ignorant, not just like the crabs. When you try to fry it on the pan, because it becomes very hot, they jump out of the pan, to get away from that hotness, but they jump into the fire. So they were burned dead. So just like that, from the frying pan to the fire, they say, the saying. And we also have another illustration, just like the moths. The moths are small insects, the green insects. They plunge into the fire. If you put on like the candle fire, they will plunge in. They think, oh, the flame is wonderful. It's a wonderful delight for them. So they plunge in, got burned and died. They got burned and died. So we should understand that. So don't try to find the pleasure and happiness in sensual pleasure. But as we are walling, so we are still influenced by ignorance and this greed and also this anger. So we like to enjoy the good things, but we should control. We should control. So now, in the real world, what really exists, we say, is those ultimate mentality and materiality, arising and dissolving very rapidly. So they have no form, no shape. Just like the ultimate mentality, materiality cannot be detected by any scientific instrument. No form, no shape. You cannot be detected, so scientists do not know about these ultimate realities. And philosophers, psychologists, they cannot know. So all people cannot know. But the Buddha, he showed the way. So the teachings of the Buddha is very scientific. And actually we should say science is very Buddhistic. Because Buddhism arises earlier than science. So the Buddha teaches just like science, both theory and practical. And he always described the practical, how you can verify his teaching. All his teaching can be verified by direct knowledge, by direct knowledge in meditation. So, he told us how to purify our mind from those defilements. These loper, dosa, moha, they occupy the mind most of the time. So if we are under the influence, we cannot see the true nature. Now, we can get rid of them by meditation. So if we can develop the right concentration that he called. So by the right concentration, the Buddha prefers the concentration equivalent to the four rupa vajra jhana. That is jhana concentration. So when we attain the jhana concentration, the mind becomes pure. Then we shall enjoy piti sukha, joy and bliss that associate with this the jhana mind is much stronger than the piti sukha that we get from sense enjoyment. So we can enjoy the greater happiness than sensual pleasure. Immediately, if we attain this purity of the mind or the right concentration, the right concentration. So the Buddha said, in order to enjoy greater happiness, you should get rid of small happiness. You should get rid of small happiness. So without letting go those sense pleasure, you cannot attain this jhana, the concentration, you cannot attain. So, when we attain this jhana concentration, we also already enjoy the highest mundane bliss, worldly bliss, the highest bliss, we already attain it. And the benefits are very, very great. Because from this jhana karma, they are very strong. You will be born when you die as Brahmas, who could live very blissfully with the jhana bliss and for very, very long life, for many war cycles. So the benefits will be very, very great when you attain the jhana. And wonderfully, when the mind becomes pure, it radiates very bright penetrative light. We say penetrative, because you can see through the walls, like the brick walls. How can you see through it? But we know, if you you use a handphone, you call another person on the other side of the world. So the phone will ring immediately. So that means you are telephone message can pass through the walls. They can pass through the walls. They can even travel over the world. Because now you can ring to any person in any place of the world. Wherever they are, they may be at the top of the roof, or they may be at the bottom of the underground room. Wherever they are, so these the telephone message can reach. So the same thing. When we say when the rays come out very bright and penetrative light, so it can reach any place. So even throughout the world we may say, because when the concentration is very, very strong, come to up to supernormal power, then when you attain the white eye, you can see all over the whole world. You can see all over the whole world. With the one ear, you can hear any sound from any part of the world. So these are very wonderful things. These are the real things, because you can enjoy by yourself. You can understand them by the right knowledge. Then you can see, you can analyze your body and mind as taught by the Buddha. And now they are still also being taught by in our Pa-Auk meditation center. So you can analyze your body and mind. You can see this ultimate mentality, materiality very clearly, arising and dissolving very rapidly, with the characteristics of those impermanence, suffering and non-self, and even the loathsomeness or disgustingness. So you can see them. So when you see them, actually they don't have any form, any shape, we say. So no person, no person, no living beings. Only this ultimate mentality, materiality arising and dissolving according to the causal relation, according to the paticca samuppada causal relation, or patthana causal relations. So they are arising and dissolving. So actually these, the continuous arising and dissolving of this mentality, materiality, it constitutes our existence. Our existence in the ultimate sense is only this mentality, materiality arising and dissolving, according to the correlation. So it is a no form and shape. So by looking at this, you don't develop any attachment, any craving to this ultimate mentality, materiality. So no craving, no attachment. And when all the true nature of existence are discovered in meditation, we say we can get rid of ignorance. No more ignorance, because all those that are blinded by ignorance, covered by ignorance, are opened up, are already seen. So by that way, we can get rid of this ignorance. Then at that time, when these three characteristics become very distinct, so we say impermanence, suffering, non-self. So when there's non-self, when you are really convinced that there's no I, no attachment to this body and mind anymore, no attachment anymore. If you have no attachment, no craving. So if you have no craving, we say no grief, no fear, so no suffering, so only bliss. So the Buddha said, when we can eliminate this ignorance and this greed, all other defilements are also eliminated simultaneously. Then there will be no causes of suffering anymore. If there is no cause of suffering, there will be only so this called santi sukha, siti santi, peacefulness and blissfulness. Only this will exist, and that is called Nirvana, the Buddha said. So Nirvana is the highest bliss, the unique bliss that we can experience and we can enjoy in this real life. So we can understand when you get to this state of Nirvana, so there's no defilement, no cause of suffering anymore. So the bliss that at that time would be much superior than that the highest mundane bliss we call the jhana bliss, Because when we have the jhana of this, still we have the defilements, as latent defilements. Still, they have the power to influence the mind. But now, no more, the latent defilements. So it would be unique bliss. So that would be the highest happiness, the highest happiness that we can attain in this very life. So the Buddha, he understood this thing, and so it is very important to get the right view, to know this true nature of existence. So one of our Myanmar, the Sangha Maharaja, we call it. So we call it so he is the Kanti Seado. Kanti Seado. So he said, knowing, seeing and knowing only conventional realities or concepts give rise to the wrong view. Give rise to the wrong view. Seeing and knowing the real, not ultimate realities, will give rise to the right view. These conventional realities or the concepts that appear in our mind do not really exist. Only ultimate realities exist in the universe. So though in our daily communication, though we talk in terms of conventional realities, we should understand up to the level of ultimate realities. Then we can enjoy peace and happiness right away. So that is the right understanding. And to have the right understanding is very important. So to have the right understanding, we should also know karma and its result. Karma and its result. So the Buddha, the Buddha said, so the right view, we call samadhi, the right view, and it is not the first factor of the Eightfold Noble Path. It is the guiding torch in our life. It will guide our life to walk correctly, to live happily and beneficially. So the right view that believes in karma is the result is blameless and very praiseworthy. It will give rise to unarisen moral actions, and it will multiply the moral deeds that have already arisen, and it will condition the blissful rebirth after death. And it is the strongest force in the conditioning living beings to be born in the blissful realm. The blissful realms mean the human realm, the celestial realms, and the Brahma realms. And even Nirvana should be said as the blissful realms. And contrary to that, the wrong view, we call materialities, that ignores karma as a result, is very faulty and blameworthy. So it will give rise to unarisen evil actions to arise, and it will multiply the evil deeds that have already arisen, and it will condition woeful rebirth after death. And it is the strongest force in conditioning living beings to be born in the woeful state. So when we know about this, we know, to have the right understanding is very important in life. Now according to this, the understanding, so the Buddha, he gave the best advice to mankind, to mankind. So it is very simple, this advice. So don't do evil, do good, and purify the mind. This is the advice of all the Buddhas. Not only our Buddha, all the Buddhas, they give this advice. So it is the most valuable advice to mankind, actually. No? So that is the advice that we should abide by. No? To live very happily and very beneficially. Now, to abide by this advice, we have to know what is evil and what is good. Now, to know what is evil and what is good is not easy. Not easy. No? Because as we do not know our past existence, we do not know our future existence. We don't know the result of the action that we are doing. No, so we don't know what is good or bad. No? So we just think, oh, what is beneficial to us is good. No? What is not beneficial to us is not good. We don't take into consideration of other living beings. And that is not true, that is not correct. No? Like when they say, no, in the commandments, thou shalt not kill. So, no, they mean that you should not kill your countrymen, your citizen, but you can kill the enemies. No? If the more enemy you can kill, you will be blessed by God the more. So they said. And when they say, thou shalt not steal, you should not steal your neighbor's property. But when you can conquer the enemies, you can take all their properties, including their wives and children, and make them your slave. So, when you see, no, is that, no, no, is that the good or bad? No, so it's not good. So, not like Socrates, no, Socrates. So, the Greek philosopher, regarded as one of the wisest men in the world, Socrates. So, no, he admitted, I try to know what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. If the people clearly understand what is good and what is bad, nobody will turn his back no, towards the good and follow the bad things. That's very correct. No, we should know what is really good and what is really bad. And no, Socrates admitted, all I know that I know nothing. You get the word? He's very humble, very honest. All I know is that I know nothing. So if you know nothing, you are a philosopher. If you think you know a lot without knowing the real things, then that means you are ignorant. You are ignorant. No. So in the case of the Buddha, he say an action is good, no, if it is blameless and praiseworthy. That means it causes no harm to any living being, and it will bring good result to the doer as well as to the others. So in that case, we cannot object. No fault in this definition. If it is good to everybody, the action will be good. And again, an action is evil. No, if evil, so if it causes harm to any living being, and it produces the bad result to the doer as well as to others. So if it brings bad result to all the people concerned, then it would not be good. So the Buddha, he gave this definition because he knows the karma and its result. He knows the past, the present, and the future. So he could give the definition. Now when we say the evil actions, so we say there are 10 kinds of evil actions that can lead us to the woeful state. So we should not do it. We should not do that. So it contains 3 evil bodily actions. Killing any living being. So it is different from those commandments, the 10 commandments, remember. There they say, thou shalt not kill. It's a command. But the Buddha, he never gave the command. He said, you should abstain from killing any living being. Any living being. And he has the reason to say that. No, every living being has the right to live. No? We have the right to live, so we should honor other living beings. They are at the lower state compared to us. So we should have pity and loving kindness to them. So killing them would be unjust. No, unjust. And also when you kill it, now you kill it with immoral minds. So immoral minds arise by many billions, and then they, after they arise and dissolve, they leave behind immoral karma, the bad karmas in our mental stream. So they always remain in your mental stream, transmitted from mind to mind. And they will produce the bad result, similar bad result that the way you do, in the way you do. So starting from this life, and for many million or billion lives in the future. So the bad effect will come a billionfold back to you. You have to suffer more than a billionfold by doing an evil action. So don't do it. If you want to be happy, don't do it. So very nice. So when we know like that, we should abide by them. So some people say, should not we kill the mosquito? They cause bacteria. They harm us. They make us very painful. So now, so we should say, you should not try to kill all the mosquitoes. You cannot kill all the mosquitoes. No, the more you kill, because of the blood, that comes out by smashing them, will make you fishy smell, and you invite more mosquito to bite you, to bite you. So prevention is better, we say. So you should make the prevention. These mosquitoes, their lifespans are very short. Maybe only about 7 days, I think. Only that. So if you prevent any like stagnant water not to exist any place, like in Singapore, they make every place. So no mosquito. Said away. We don't need to kill them. To kill them. So we should show loving kindness and compassion. This loving kindness and compassion is very beautiful quality. Our very beautiful quality. We should make use of them. And the same thing he said. We should not stealing other people's property, and then committing sexual misconduct. So these are 3 evil bodily actions, and 4 evil speeches, and we have to take note of them because you should abstain from them. So these 4, the 4 speeches. So lying, lying. So, and then we say slandering. Slandering means talking ill of others at their back. We also call it backbiting. Backbiting about people. And then harsh speech, harsh or abusive language. So don't use abusive language. That cause the anger and hatred to other people. And then the vain talk or frivolous chatting. Frivolous chatting. Just chatting for pleasure without any aim or any benefit. So even that chatting can condition you to be born in the woeful state. You have to be very careful. Because when we chat with each other, we may say something which is not true and which cause harm to some people. So by that we can be born in the woeful state. So the Buddha said, so this is very nice. So we are actually, if we can practice as taught by the Buddha, then it will be very nice. And then he said there are always also 3 evil thoughts that are harmful and they are evil. So one is covetousness. That means plotting to get other people's property or wealth illegally. And 2 is evil, plotting to kill or destroy other living beings or their properties. And then the wrong view. The wrong view, ignoring karma and its result. And again he said this, the wrong view is the worst evil, the evil action. So These are the 10 evil actions, the Buddha said. And then, the good things are just to abstain from these 10 evil actions, they become 10 good actions. And these good actions will bring the good karmas by billions. So some people may argue, well, just by abstaining from killing the mosquito instead of smashing it, how can we get the merit? So we don't know about the mind. So if you know about the minds, you cannot argue with the Buddha. So when you can, you abstain from killing the mosquito that bites you very painfully. So at that time, you can develop tolerance and forbearance. You don't get angry, you tolerate it by good thought. Oh, this mosquito must be very hungry. So just like me, when I am hungry, I have to get some food. So he's coming to get not just a drop of blood from me. Well, I donate it. Anyway, it's already bitten me, it already got it. So then I give him. So if you can develop that, so the good, the moral minds arise by many billions. So we are exhibiting loving kindness, loving kindness, forgiveness, to forgive our enemy, and loving kindness to allow the mosquito to live happily with his family, with his wife and children. So that's very good attitude, as you say like that. So you can see at that time, moral minds arise by many billions, and you will get billions of moral karma, not the good things, just by abstaining from this evil action. We get all these good karmas. So when we know it's very, very, very correct. Actually, when the Buddha, he went traveling in the Kosala country, giving the Dhamma talk, in the one village after another. So he came to a village called Veludwara village. The elders, they came to the Buddha and they told the Buddha, now, dear Buddha, we, from farming and from agriculture and also from the animal breeding, we have the saved a certain amount of money, and we like to live with our family happily, spending this money, and we also like to be reborn in the celestial realm after we die. How should we live? So that's a very good question that we should ask today also. Today also. So the Buddha said, you can live happily with your family, spending your money freely for the necessities of life, and even also for donation. But you just do two things, only two things. So the first thing is worship the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha regularly. That's number one. And number two is you abstain from those 3 evil bodily actions and 4 evil speeches. You just do that. So when you die, you will be born in celestial realm. So quite easy. And this is actually the basic principle of Buddhism. So the first thing as the Buddhists we do is to have the worship and reverence to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. And we should understand the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha are the noblest objects of veneration in the whole world. So they are really noble. So just by worship them regularly, that amounts to taking 3-4 refuge in the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. Then we developed moral minds by many billions. So these moral minds will bring good result to us starting from this existence. And also we are protected by the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Well protected from all dangers. And the worst danger is, remember, no, to be born in the woeful state. So, no, just by you can keep this threefold refuge very respectfully. You are guaranteed not to be reborn in the woeful state when you die. So it's very, very beneficial. We have the very, very good, good opportunity for Buddhists actually to revere the noblest objects of veneration. So during the time of the Anomadasi Buddha, who appeared one Asankheya and 100,000 war cycles ago. So that was the time the Buddha actually, where Sariputta and when the Moggallana got the prophecy to become chief disciples. So here is the Buddha. So at that time there was a poor man who looked after two blind parents. So he met a chief disciple of the Buddha, and he had the chance to take threefold refuge. And he kept this refuge throughout his life. That means he revered, he worshipped the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha very sincerely throughout his life. So by doing that, he accumulated many billions of good karmas. So now each karma is just like a plant seed. As a plant seed can give rise to a new plant, a good karma can give rise to a new existence in the blissful realm. So when this man died, he was born in the celestial realms and the human realms for uncountable existences. So during that time of one Asankheya and 100,000 war cycle, he was born only in celestial realm and human realm. Never was he born in the woeful state. And he even became the world universal monarchs, we call him. So universal monarchs for 75 existences. And as the king of the Deva, Sekka, for 80 existences. And ordinary kings, uncountable existences. So just imagine, just by paying homage to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, you can get such great benefit. And then in the last existence, at the time of our Buddha, he was born as a rich man's son, only at the age of 7 years. While the boy was playing with friends, they ran into a monastery. A monk told them to raise their hand and recite of the hymn. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Just reciting that, he became an arahat. Arahat means a perfect person who have eliminated all defilements. So he enjoyed Nirvana right away. So he became the happiest man. So and he became an arahat and a monk. Arahat have to be a monk, so to live on. So he was known as Tisarana Gamana Thera, a well-known monk. And another story was described in Visuddhimagga. I think it's taken from the Sri Lanka. So in Sri Lanka there was a man who watched a bridge at night, and in the morning he would take the fishing stick. So he would go fishing. So in the lakes, in the rivers, so he would fish up till about say 10 a.m. So he would get about 50 or 60 fish. Then he came home. He gave to his wife, and his wife has to exchange 1/3 of the fish with rice, and another 1/3 of the fish with ghee, and another 1/3 she cooked for the two of them with this ghee, and they lived on this for 50 years. So if they were married at the age of say 25, now they were 75 years old. So that means they became old, and the man fell sick and bedridden. So the mountain, the monk who used to come to this house for alms food regularly, so he came. So the wife said, "We have nothing to donate, please excuse us." So the monk said, how's your husband? Could I have a look? Oh, you are welcome. So he went in, a little hut, and the man was just lying on the mat. So he asked, "How's your sickness?" "I'm not getting better. I think I cannot overcome this sickness anymore." So that means he's going to die, he said. "Well, in that case, I will admonish you to take 5 precepts. You just recite after me." Like in our Theravada countries, like Myanmar, the Sri Lanka, the Thailand, and also like Cambodia and the Laos. So when we take the 5 precepts, Pancha Sila we call it, we have to take 3-4 refuge first. So the monk recited him to ask him to follow his recitation. So that man could recite only this 3-4 refuge. Then he could not open his mouth anymore. So it becomes so he cannot cram. So he cannot open, and the saliva and the foam arise there, and his eyes also turn white. So the monk knew that this man is going to die. So he left. He went on alms round. Now he came to his mountain monastery, and as soon as he put down his alms bowl and he sat down, a man with bright body rays appear in front of him. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am Damila." "I am Damila," he said. "Where are you now?" "I was born in the Apachadu Maharajika realm. If I could take the 5 precepts, I would have been born in the highest celestial realm," he said. "So I thank you very heartily. So I just come to say thanks to you," he said. So even a man who have done so much evil actions. So remember, he killed about 50 fish every day for 50 years. So that amounts to thousands of fish. So the great evil action. And just before he died, he had the chance to take 3-4 refuge. And now he was born in celestial realm. How can that be? So there is a question actually. There's a question. Like the King Milenda, the Afghanistan king actually. So he was very learned, and he used to ask questions. So he asked the Arhat Nagasena this question. So you taught us, you said the Buddha teaches, just by killing a fish, a man can be born in hell. But now this man, he had killed so many fish, and just at the time of near death, he took 3-4 refuge, and you said he was born in celestial realm. I cannot believe it. So that is a good question actually. And then the answer is also very good. So Nagasena is more the intellectual than the king, and he was an arahat. Well, he told the king, "Now the king, your majesty, if you throw a small stone into the pond, what happened? Oh, the stone will sink. And if you throw a big stone, what will happen? The stone will sink." Yes, the stone is denser than water. Whether it's small or big, it will sink. So the same thing, killing a living being. Either the living being may be a fish or an elephant. It doesn't matter. If that bad karma has the result to bear result, it has the chance to bear result, then the man will be born in hell. No? But now you build a big ship. Now you put many stones. Say you take 50 cut loads of these stones and put in the ship. If the ship did not sink, cannot the ship travel to another city or to its another destination? Oh yes, no, the ship can sail to that city. The same day in the Buddha, no, he gave the answer. Now, no, taking refuge in the Buddha, the Sangha, brings you very, very great merit. And it is like building a big ship. Now, when we perform in the wicked, the evil actions, the evil karmas are just like the stone, he said. So you can put many stones into the ship, and then the ship can go to the celestial realm. So when he answered that, the king accepted it. So that shows we have the chance to worship the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. So take this chance. This is a great opportunity for us to accumulate great karma, and then to protect us not to be born in the woeful state. So remember, we can be born very, very powerful and prosperous in many existences just by paying by taking threefold refuge. And we can even become an arahat just by venerating the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha so much. And probably I think this Tamila, during the many existences, he would also have the chance to undertake meditation and to do vipassana. So he has already have seen about he attained the insight knowledges, maybe up to Sankharupekkhanyana. And now just reciting Buddham Saranam Gacchami, he could become an arahat. Now, abstaining from 3 bodily actions and abstaining from evil speeches, that amounts to observing 5 moral precepts. So in our 5 moral precepts, we abstain from killing, we undertake to abstain from killing any living being, stealing any person's property, and the abstain from sexual misconduct, and abstain from the wrong speech. So when we say the wrong speech, remember it includes all these 4 types of the wrong speech: lying, slandering, harsh speech, and the vain talk. So we have to abstain from that. So all the 4 precepts. And the 5th precept is to abstain from intoxicating drinks and drugs. So in the 38th blessing, also the Buddha described to abstain from these, the drinks and drugs. It is a great blessing if you can abstain, the Buddha said. So actually, if we can abstain, it's very good. Very, very good. Because as soon as we take intoxicating drinks and drugs, we become intoxicated, to a certain extent at least. And then you lost your common sense. And you lost your sense of the shamefulness, the moral shamefulness and moral fearfulness. If you lost them, you are ready to commit all evil actions. All evil actions. So the Buddha said, better, for protection, abstain from intoxicating drinks and drugs also. So when we abstain from these, the 3 bodily action and the 4 evil speeches, we also abstain from those 3 evil thoughts. Since you abstain from killing, you won't plot to kill other living beings anymore. As you abstain, you undertake to abstain from stealing. You don't plot to get other people's property illegally. And you have the right view in undertaking the 5 precepts. So you abstain from all the 10 evil actions. So that means you are doing a great job actually. And the result, the effects, the good effects, is very, very splendid actually. Very splendid. So, the first thing, when we keep these 5 moral precepts, we abstain from these evil actions and speeches. So we subdue greed and anger, not to arise in our mind, or at least not to become violent to commit these evil actions. So that means gross, violent, greed, and the anger and other defilement do not arise in us. So if the gross defilement do not arise in us, you attain the happiness, peace, the peace and happiness immediately. Immediately. So we say you attain instant happiness. Instant happiness. Just like instant coffee or instant tea. So if you want to get instant happiness, just observe the 5 moral precepts. Just undertake, very easy. Very easy. And again, when you abstain from all evil actions and the evil speeches, so all your actions and speeches are blameless and praiseworthy, and you cause no harm to any living being. So that means you develop the highest or the best moral character. And again, this moral character is regarded as the most valuable possession of a person by the Western learned people. So they say when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. Because when wealth is lost, you can make again. When health is lost, something is lost. But not everything is lost yet. Health is quite important, more important than wealth, they say. And when character is lost, everything is lost. So like in our Buddhism, when you have the bad character committing all this evil action, so you have very bad character, you will become an outcast, nobody will trust you, and then you will be very, very unhappy in this life, and when you die, you will be born in the woeful state, life after life. Very difficult to regain the human existence again. So that's very correct. And also, when we abstain, or we maintain 5 moral precepts, so we don't cause any harm to any living being, not only human being, all the animals. We don't cause any harm. So that means we allow all living beings to live without danger, without any worry, to live very safely and happily. So, in return, we can also live without danger. And very safely and happily. If only all the people will observe these 5 moral precepts, that is the best moral precept, we shall gain the lasting world peace immediately. Immediately. Just imagine, in the year 2000, the United Nations invited all world leaders, religious leaders, to find a way how to get the lasting world peace. But they cannot find up till now. So the Buddha already gave the formula. Just observe 5 precepts. Then we shall get the world peace immediately. That's very correct. And the Buddha said, when you observe the 5 moral precepts, so loving kindness and compassion bloom in you. So your face become very serene and very adorable. Everybody love you, so you can associate with any community. And when you observe the pure morality, your mindfulness and your the diligence or vigilance are very, very good. So the Buddha said, you will succeed in business and you become prosperous. Now in Asankhya Sutta, he even said that if you want the adoration of your friends, if you want to get great wealth, great fame, great prosperity, just keep pure morality. You get all this. And he said, Echadi Vaikave Sila Vato Cheto Paniti Visuddhata. All the wishes of a virtuous person will be fulfilled because his mind is pure. Very beautiful. The Buddha, he guaranteed. He guaranteed this. And we can also see when the person can maintain pure morality, especially the monks. They will attain whatever they want. They will attain whatever they want. So it's very good. And then another thing. No, by observing five moral precepts, then we escape from four dangers, Buddha said. Four dangers. No? So the danger of being blamed by yourself. If you did something wrong, you blame yourself. You should not do it. Oh, now you have done it. It's so shameful. So you blame yourself. Other people will blame you. So you cannot show your face, they will blame you. And then, like if you committed stealing or murder, then you will be jailed and you will be even sentenced to death. That means you will be punished by the law. And then when you die, you will be born in the bobo state. So these are four dangers. Now by keeping pure morality, no danger anymore. So only then you can live very happily. Very happily. And the Buddha said, the virtuous person, at the time of near death, he will remain very, the serene and alert, with very clear thought and without any delusion, any fear for death. And after death, he will be reborn in the blissful realm, definitely. So, when we get these good results, you can understand when the Buddha said, as householders, we can enjoy four types of happiness. So in Ananya Sutta, he talked about this. So the first one is Ati Sukha, he said. If you have enough wealth to live for the whole life, then you can live very happily. You don't have to worry anything. And number two, Bhoga Sukha, the happiness you attain by spending your wealth for all the necessities of life, even for donation and supporting your relatives and so. Then you will be very happy, the Buddha said. And number three is Ananaya Sukha. That Ananaya means free from debt. So don't be in debt. If you are in debt, you will not be happy. Even if you cannot pay them, remember, if you take a loan and you cannot pay them and you die, you become a slave at their house. For many existences. So it's not good. So it's good to be free from debt. And then number four is Anavajja Sukha. Anavajja means because you can lead a pure, blameless life. Then you attain the greatest happiness, much superior than the first three types of happiness. So that means if we can keep pure morality, we have the greatest happiness as householders. So in that case, should not we maintain pure, the Panja Sila? So the best character makes us noble, very good. And remember, morality is the foundation of all meritorious deeds. So morality is very, very important. So only if we know about this and we ardently, vigilantly and we respectfully observe moral precept, we get these benefits. So some people, they argue, well, if we don't do those evil actions that you said, if we did a good life, won't that be enough? Should we have to take 3, 4 refuge and then take 5 precepts from the Buddha or from the monk? So that's what they argue, because they don't have no respect. They don't have any respect in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. They don't believe in the Buddha, the Dhamma, Sangha yet. If you live well, won't that be enough? He said. So what do you think? So I'm asking you a question before you ask me. So I told them there would not be enough, because just look at those, the cattle, the oxen and the buffaloes, they abstain all from these 5 precepts. They don't kill any living being, they don't steal other people's property, no sexual misconduct, no lying, no drinks and drugs, So what they be born in blissful realm when they die? No. they will not be born. No, they will not be born. The Buddha, they said because of their bad karma, and they don't know what is good and bad, kusala and akusala. They don't know. They don't know the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. So though they are eating grass, they are eating the vegetarian, the grass, and they don't kill anything. They don't develop any moral minds. They don't develop any moral mind. Just imagine. Just they are thinking about eating. How to get good grass from where? The grass is greener on the other side of the fence, they say. So just try to find the good grass. And they will sleep. And then they will enjoy sex when they have the chance. So only immoral minds arise in them. So they will be born in the woeful state again and again. Very difficult to come out of it. So understanding is very important. Now after we may maintain 5 moral precepts. And if we can practice donation, you will get very great benefits. Very great benefits, because the morality support you to get greater benefits. So we should also practice morality. That should go hand in hand with the observing morality. Sila and dana, they are similar actually. So we say, when by practicing the morality, 5 moral precepts, when you don't kill living beings, you have the chance to kill them, you don't kill them, you set them free. So that means you are giving back their life to them. That is Mahadana, the Buddha said. So, observing moral precept, actually you get greater merit than the offering or the alms giving. But remember, these karma, when they bear result, they bring the benefits similar to the way we do them, similar to them, we say. So, when you maintain pure morality, you get the bhava sampati, we say. Bhava sampati means you will be born in pleasant, blissful realm, blissful existences again and again. But you are not guaranteed to get a lot of the wealth and luxury or something like that. But if you also practice the alms giving, then you will get similar things. So you will get bhoga sampati, we say. So you will have, you will be very rich, so richer than other people, so many times. So to get both the wealth and the good existence, we should practice both sila and the dana. Sila and dana. And then, after when we make the donation, and the donation also, though they can give the similar result, but they can also support for the attainment of the Nirvana. They can also support, just like a farm girl, so only about 16 years old, I think. So she have to live in the farm alone, looking after the fields with ripe paddies there. So she have to make the popcorn, for her food, for her daily food. So Mahakasapa, the Arahat. So who led the first Buddhist council. So he's a very important, the Arahat. So he enjoyed 7 days, the extinction attainment, Nirodha Samapatti. So when he came out from that, so he came to this girl, to this hut, to honor her actually, and very willingly and so very joyfully, she offered all the popcorn that she made to Mahakasapa, and she made the wish. So it's good for you also to make a wish whenever you perform meritorious deed. So as she didn't know the Dhamma in detail, she said, "May I know the Dhamma that you know?" So that's a very good wish, because the Mahakasapa already arahat, because he knew all the Four Noble Truths to attain Nirvana. So she made the same wish now. So when Sariputta, the Mahakassapa left, so very joyfully she returned to the hut, thinking about this good deed. She was glad with this deed, but a viper bit her. A viper bit her and she fell down dead. But because she was thinking of this good deed, so this good deed, this good karma bear result. So she was born spontaneously in Tautim Sarem, in a very big and beautiful golden mansion, decorated with the silver popcorns. So she was known as Lasa Devi, Lasa Devi, popcorn lady. So when a person was born spontaneously, he or she can remember the past existence. So she could remember, oh, I just donated popcorn to the Mahakassapa. Now I got such a great the benefit. So I must continue doing the meritorious deed. So she came down to the earth, to the monastery of the Mahakassapa. So she tried to sweep the monastery and then fill the water pots and all these things. For 3 days, she was not noticed. So after 3 days, the Mahakassapa noticed her. Then Mahakassapa told her to get out. To get out. So because there's a Vinaya rule. A lady should not come alone to the monastery where only one monk is living there. So he asked her, now you cannot stay in this compound, you please go out. So she pleaded, please let me do more meritorious deeds. I like to do more meritorious deeds, she said. Well, you cannot do here, not alone, she said. So she flew up and then she wept, she cried. And the Buddha had her. And the Buddha sent the rays to her. And then the Buddha appeared and gave her a short Dhamma talk. So he said, my son, the monks, they have to obey their Vinaya rules. So they have the duty. And you have performed meritorious deeds. You also have the duty to perform meritorious deeds again and again. And then the Buddha continued with a suitable Dhamma to her. And just listening to Dhamma, she became a stream winner. So, just by the donation and making a wish, so it can support you to become enlightened very soon. So when you meditate and you didn't find, you don't get good progress very quickly, try to do the almsgiving also, and then wish that you can meditate very well and you can attain the higher, the Dhamma. So you can also make the wish like that. So now is the morality. Now in the Mahabharata, the Buddha, he continued, now though we maintain pure morality, our mind is being still agitated by arising defilements. Morality can subdue only gross violent defilements. And it cannot suppress those latent defilements to arise into the mind. So, sometimes when you will still wish for good food and for many things, something like that. So the Buddha said, then your mind will become restless and wandering from one sense object to another. So the Buddha said, the mind is very subtle and very delicate and very swift. It travels from one sense object to another very quickly and very difficult to control and tame the mind. But a wise man should tame the mind, the Buddha said. Once you can tame your mind, then you can gain human happiness, celestial happiness, and Nirvana happiness. So you will get greater benefits actually. That means, so by taming the mind here means we have to undertake meditation. We have to undertake meditation.
So we have two types of meditation, samatha and vipassana. The samatha we can practice in daily life. In daily life we can always practice it. So the Buddha said, he gave the four guardian meditation. He taught four guardian meditation. So he called these meditations the Sabbhataka Kammatthana, because they are desirable at all places, and they will protect you from internal danger as well as from external danger. Your internal danger are the defilements that arise in your mind, agitate your mind and burn your mind. And the external danger are the wicked people, the wicked the beasts and animals, and even the wicked ghosts who can give you trouble. So just by undertaking any one of these four guardian meditation, you can protect yourself. So, and when we know, it's very easy to do, very easy to do. And I think the easiest one is just radiating loving kindness, Metta Bhavana. May all living beings be happy and well. So when the Buddha, in the Metta Sutta, he radiated loving kindness. So there are four ways of radiating loving kindness. So may all living beings be free from danger, free from mental pain, free from bodily pain, and may they be happy and well always. We can just choose one. So we just choose, may they be happy and well always. So sincerely wish all living beings. So you can concentrate your mind to all your family and relatives, and then to all your teachers and friends, and then to all the human beings, and also to all the monks, all the deva / beings, all the woeful ghosts, and all living beings. So may all living beings be happy and well. May all living beings be happy and well. So if we practice this, we develop moral minds by billions every second, and we get moral karmas by many billions every second. Just imagine, while we are walking to home, or while we are driving to the job. So we can always meditate even while we are resting or when we lie down to sleep. So we can radiate loving kindness. May all human beings be happy and well. So if you radiate loving kindness very attentively, they become very effective. So some people say, will our loving kindness reach the person that we are radiating the loving kindness to? Yes, it can reach. It can reach. So like the Buddha. So like the Devadatta, he used that Nalagiri elephant. So gave the alcohol to the elephant and drive the elephant to kill the Buddha. So the elephant was running to the Buddha to kill actually. Now when the Buddha concentrated his loving kindness to the Nalagiri, he just stopped there. And he went bow, pay respect to the Buddha, and he returned. So it is very effective. If you have some person, some man who is giving you trouble, who are not on good terms to you, so if you can sincerely radiate loving kindness to him, in 7 days he will become very friendly to you. So you can try. You can try. So sometimes you can even you can just pick up like a stone, a little stone, and you take a glass of water, put the stone in the water and keep on the altar also. So when you radiate loving to him, now I keep your mind underwater already now. So your mind should not be the arrogant and becoming very hot anymore. So you can also pay the loving kindness in that way. So it becomes very effective actually. So now we have a monk in Myanmar. So he was very well known. So we call him the frontier missionary monk. frontier missionary monk. No? So he lived in the Chin Hill, on a very high mountain. So he would always attend to the needs of the people there. Even at night, he may travel at night without any torch. Without any torch, only sometimes with the moonlight or with the starlight. So there were deep forests at that day. So he said there will be many snakes and many scorpions and many tigers in these forests. But he never saw anyone. And he saw for 50 years he stayed in that forest, doing missionary work. So when a housewife could not deliver the baby, so she was crying. So the husband would come. Pandey, would you please come and help me? my wife cannot deliver the child. So he would come. He would come, but he didn't enter the house. He just stayed in front of the house, and he would ask, now you bring me some the clean water, drinking water. Then he just recite, like the Buddha's attribute, and the Metta Bhavana, and especially Angulimala Parita. Angulimala Parita is very effective. So you just recite it 9 times. So he asked the husband, now you give you ask your wife to drink it, and also you spray it on her body, and especially apply it on the belly of your wife. And very soon, he could hear the baby's voice, onge, onge. So he would return home. So for 50 years, no danger. He said wherever he went, all the people loved him. They always attended to his needs. So it's very good way. And another one is Buddha Nusti, to reflect on the attribute of the Buddha. Not just Araham would be good enough, or if you like to, Buddha. So you should know the meaning when you recite Araham. You should know, the Buddha has destroyed all defilements from his mind. So he is the noblest and most worthy of veneration. When you recite Araham, you just remember he is the noblest and most worthy of veneration. Araham, Araham, Araham. So billions of karma every second. Or you can recite Buddha. So by Buddha we say the Buddha understood the 4 noble truths very well, and he could teach the people to understand the 4 noble truths. So that means he could enlighten other peoples also to become noble person. Buddha. So very effective. And if possible, you also try to reflect on the repulsive nature of a corpse, a dead corpse. If you have seen a human dead corpse, or even like a rotten, the carcass of a dog or something like that, so you should reflect the asubha, disgusting, loathsomeness. That means the body is loathsome, the body is disgusting. So that means to get rid of the craving tanha. The craving tanha is also called lust, and we call it raga. And it's the hottest fire, as the Buddha said, and it is very violent. It is this raga that committed adultery, committed raping, all these things. So this tanha can be subdued in the best way by recollecting the repulsive nature of a dead corpse. So the Buddha said you should also reflect on that. So sometimes if you can reflect, is good. And also number 4 is Marana Nusti. That means the nature of our death. So my being alive is uncertain, my death is certain. So we reflect in that way. So remember, we die every conscious moment. When one consciousness, mental factors, and karma-born materiality arise, we are born. And when these mentality, materiality perish, we die. So actually we are dying every conscious moment. We call it Khanika Marana. No? So taking this notice and then we reflect. No? Death is certain and to be alive is uncertain. No? So that will develop the sense of urgency to undertake the threefold noble training. So what the Buddha, he really wants us to do is this threefold noble training. So the first step is the training of morality. So we have already done. We have already done. So training of morality is there. We take threefold refuge and we observe 5 precepts. And when we undertook meditation in a meditation center, then we have to abstain from sense enjoyment. So we take 8 precepts or 9 precepts. Now after taking the precept, you are doing meditation, you keep your morality very pure. So morality already pure. That is called the training of morality. Then to develop concentration faster, we should choose the meditation which can develop the concentration very quickly. And anapanasati is an ideal one. So we should take anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing. So in mindfulness of breathing, we have to be aware of the in-breath and the out-breath. The in-breath and the out-breath. And we have to know the touching point, why we breathe in and breathe out, where the in-breath and the out-breath touches. If it touches around the 2 nostrils, then you just focus on 1 nostril. So the touch will become more distinct in that nostril. And then in that nostril again, you just take notice of the most distinct point of the touch. And you keep your mind and you watch the in-breath and out-breath from that point. So when you breathe in, the in-breath goes in when you know it by the gentle touch. And also the out-breath, you know it by the gentle touch. So we just keep our mind at that touching point and be aware of the in-breath and out-breath by the gentle touch at that point. It should be only 1 point there. If the touch is distinct at the upper lip, you focus at that place. Then by doing this, you can calm down your mind very quickly. You can tame it, you can culture it, and you can develop it. So when we say develop it, you are developing moral minds by billions, by many billions every second while you are meditating. And you are also developing the jhana factors, the 5 jhana factors. So these jhana factors, they will suppress those defilements not to arise in the mind. So when they become very, very strong, then they can suppress very effectively. No defilement arise in your mind anymore. So your mind becomes very calm, serene, tranquil, peaceful. And then when piti sukhas are very strong, so we say you enjoy great bliss already. And you also attain the purity of the mind. And we know that by the meditation sign. Bhavana namitta, we say. So the namitta should arise in the properly, just like the white piece of cotton, and some see it like a pearl, like a ruby, or like a pearl. If it is not bright, clear and bright, we say it is the acquired sign or the learning sign. When it becomes very clear and very bright, like a star, like a moon, or like a sun, we say we attain the counter sign. Then we say you attain the neighborhood concentration. If you attain it, you attain the purity of the mind at that time. Very bright penetrative light will arise from the mind, and you can see with close eye all the things or the people in front of you with close eyes. You can even look into your body to see all those 32 parts of the body. And then, if you can force on that counter sign, and you can fix your mind, stay focused on that counter sign for 1 hour, 2 hours, we say you attain the jhana. So when you attain the jhana, so it's better, the mind becomes very powerful. With that bright penetrative light, so with the help of that, you can analyze your body and mind into ultimate materiality and mentality, and then undertake the training of wisdom we call vipassana. So if you can develop 10 insight knowledges, automatically you will attain the path wisdom and the fruition wisdom that realize Nibbana. No? Then the path wisdom, it also understands the Four Noble Truths penetratively, and very comprehensively. So when you understand the Four Noble Truths, we say you realize Nibbana. So you become a stream winner. So if you become a stream winner, I think we have a satisfactory existence already. So now is the best chance to undertake this threefold training, because the teaching of the Buddha still flourish. And very luckily, we have teachers, just like our Pa-Auk, Seado, and all the assistant, the meditation teachers, can guide you, can teach you to undertake this threefold training in detail as taught by the Buddha. So we believe if you can take, you can be enlightened as a noble person. So if even you become the stream winner, we say your attainment is already much better than to become a universal monarch or to become the king of Devas, the Sekha. Because you will never be reborn in the woeful state again. You are guaranteed. So not all the doors of the four woeful abodes will be closed. You can still remain with your family, live with your family. You can even still enjoy the sense pleasure like the Chinese noodles and Korean movies. You can still, but you can also enjoy Nibbana as much as you like, by Nibbana. So, if you wish, you can be reborn for 7 more existences, as a stream winner in the human realm or in the celestial realm. So in the 7, also the blissful realm, we say, human realm, 6 celestial realm. So you can be born once in each realm. So 7 existences. So you can live by many millions of existence or million years already here. You can live the most happily and most beneficially already, enjoy Nibbana bliss, and automatically by the power of your previous meditation, you will attain the higher path wisdom, fruition wisdom, and you will become an arahat, a perfect person, and the happiest person in the world in due time. So that is the teaching of the Buddha. So he guides us very well for very happy living and for very beneficial living. So if we follow the teaching of the Buddha, so we can gain this highest attainment in this very life. And I wish all of you can undertake the threefold noble training successfully, and you can be enlightened in this very life as noble persons. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now you are done now to ask questions.
Those who want to ask questions, there's a mic over here. Just raise your hand.
Dr. Man, so if nobody ask question, okay, one thing I would like to convince my brothers is very rich. So I always ask him to encourage him to come to, I think my voice is very loud.
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Okay, too loud. Okay, the questions I am posting is I'm going to help my brothers. Most of my brothers, they are very rich, except I'm poor. Okay, one thing is we are so-called a Buddhist, but to them they say a free thinker. And they always tell me, I always do good. I do donation. I no need to go to any temple. Huh? So, no need to read. I will go to heaven. So how am I going to convince him for this type of people? You know, it's very stubborn, no? I buy book for them. You see, they don't read. So I do all good. You know, I do good. I don't do evil. I purify my mind. So I don't go to temple. Should it be okay or not? So I don't know how to answer. I mean, they are very educated lah. So I don't know how to convince. So I mean, Dr. Mohammed, maybe can enlighten me how am I going to convince them? Thank you.
You can also help me to answer. So we should believe that the Buddha really possessed omniscient wisdom. He understands everything in detail. He understands all the natural truths. And what he taught is, that the Dhamma is all natural truths. And these natural truths are taught for the welfare of all of us, for our welfare. So it's just for our goodness. So if we accept it, we will get it. And we don't accept it, we will not get it. Now these free thinkers. So nowadays, the free thinkers becoming very common now. Because they find that their religion is not the satisfactory. So they thought it's not satisfactory. So they don't believe it anymore. So they like to be free thinkers. And now, the one thing is, how much can they think? They think that they may be very smart, but they will not be smarter than the philosophers, great psychologists, and great scientists. They cannot be smarter than them. But even these great the philosophers and the scientists, they don't know the true nature of existence. The true nature of existence. So in this book, actually, in the early pages, I try to describe the true nature of existence. The true nature of existence here. So I point out that like the early Greek philosophers, they try to know the true nature of existence, but they do not know. They just thought, all living beings came from the four elements, they say, the fire, the water, the earth, the water, the air, and the fire. And when they die, all return to these four elements. And these are not correct, we know that. We know that. And then, like Bertrand Russell. Bertrand Russell is regarded to be the great philosopher, modern philosopher in England. In England, he even attained the Nobel Prize in literature. So he said he didn't believe in any religion because he's also a free thinker. He didn't believe in any religion. But if he has to choose one religion, he said he would choose Buddhism, and the ancient one that is taught by the Buddha, that is Theravada Buddhism. He would, because he found that Buddhism is the only religion that shed no blood, no drop of blood in all the history of propagation of the Buddhism. So Buddhism is the real, the religion of peace, religion of loving kindness, and the religion of wisdom, the highest wisdom. So nobody can know. So Bertrand Russell, he compared all living beings with the shipwreck, the shipwreck, and then you have those people. So they were swimming in the sea. So somewhere, clinging to a boat, to a plank, etc. But the wind was very strong. So the wind and the high tides bound them, and they were thrown away from the planks they are clinging to, and they sank into the sea. And some bubbles arise where they sank. But soon, high tides run over them, so it seemed nothing has happened. So the same thing he said in the world. When the people died, the relatives, they they have grief, sorrow just for a few days. And then they were so occupied with their daily work, they all forget everything. So they go out as if nothing have happened. That is the world, that's what they say. And then the Russian writer and philosopher, so we call him the Leo Tolstoy. He also won the Nobel Prize by his great novel, War and Peace. So he was a philosopher. When he grew old, he tried to think about life very seriously. Very seriously. When you are old, you cannot enjoy sense pleasure anymore. So sense pleasure means nothing to him anymore. So he tried to think, why are we born? How are we born? What is the purpose of being alive? What should we do? What is the most important thing we do? And when we die, what shall happen? So he said, these are very important questions. I cannot answer them. I don't know the answer. I felt that the place where I'm standing on collapsed, he said. So what I thought was, we are just waiting for death. So he even gave a comparison again. He said, he compared life to a man who was chased by a bear. So the man ran, and when he saw an old well and a branch of tree protruding from the wall of that old well, he jumped down. He tried to cling to the branch, because he could not run away from the bear. So the bear waited for him there. You come up, I will kill you. And then when he looked down, there was a big python also looking at him with green eyes. You fell down, I will swallow you. And then two rats, one white and one black. So they represent a day and night. They are biting his branch, the branch he is clinging. So how long could he cling to this branch? So even if he could cling to, the rats will bite it, and when it breaks, it will fall down. So that means he could not escape death in any way. So at that time he became perspired and very thirsty and hungry also. And when he looked around, he could see some drops of honey on the leaves of that branch. So shamelessly he tried to lick this honey. He said, life was just like that. Just like that man, he said. So there's no pleasure in this life. The sense pleasure that we enjoy is just like licking those drops of the honey, he said. And we are just waiting for death, no escape for death. So that's what he thinks. So not even like philosophers like that. They don't know what happened, what will happen in the existence. Not just like your brother, you can ask him, did you know about his past existence? Did he know about his future existences? What will happen when he died? And did he know this karma and the result? That is very important. So my book, Karma, the Real Creator, would be, if you can persuade him to read, so it would be a good, I think, a good persuasion. A good persuasion.
So what you're trying to say is giving something for him to read.
Yes, we have just to persuade him. Now what he thinks, he cannot think, not the best thing for him, for his life. So ordinary people, what we can think is just what we have seen, what we have read. Just depend on this, and we have to find a way of living. So that would not be the best way. Now the Buddha is here. He is the real, the person who knows everything. As when we learn his teaching, so he could answer all the questions that no philosophers can answer. So he should pay respect to the teaching of the Buddha, and he should study to understand,
So what can I say, conclude? If you want to follow. Don't follow, it's up to you.
Ultimately, that is what is it. If he will not follow. You cannot do. So just like the English saying said, you can lead a horse to the water. You cannot make it drink. You cannot make it drink. You can just persuade him, tell him no, the pros and cons. No, then no, if he didn't take, no, we cannot help.
Thank you.
We just no, the share merit to him, and then no, to the really loving kindness to him. Yes. Yes, he will listen to you then. He will listen to you. Any more questions? So next Tuesday, the same night, no, at the same time, we will have another Dhamma talk. So I would talk about the art of Buddhist meditation. The art of Buddhist meditation. Okay.
One more question. This I'm very confused. I used to ask some monks. There are somebody said, hey, you should not go to samatha meditation, you go to vipassana. So when I go to art and I'm again, oh, you should not go to vipassana meditation, you go samatha. I don't know which one do you go. And especially I'm a lay devotee, right? When I come to here, I go to this, I go to there, I confuse until I don't give. Then I don't go. So maybe you can tell me on this.
So I have told you, nowadays there are many meditation teachers teaching their own ways as they have learned from their teachers, and something that they have invented, no? Because they could not meditate as taught by the Buddha in detail. So they tried to do some shortcut, they say, and they thought it would be very, very be beneficial to them. They found it, they thought. So they are teaching that. So many people are teaching, we call their teacher's way, Acharya Vada, and not the Buddha's way. Not the Buddha's way. Now all the teaching of the Buddha, with respect to meditation, was written and compiled, and even commented, I think, in the Visuddhimagga. So Visuddhimagga is an authentic book. So he cannot, you cannot go through all the Pitaka books. So this book would be very beneficial to you. It's the guide here. So all these. So, and I have already written also the first volume, the easy one, so that for people to read Visuddhimagga, we say the essence of Visuddhimagga. And I would also would like to propose to Philip Chan. So after our Abhidhamma the teaching there, if he likes, we can go on with the Visuddhimagga teaching. So it is very clear, the Buddha said there. Very clear. So when I come to the next talk, the art of the meditation, I will explain to you. So it should be these three trainings, eightfold noble paths. Said the Buddha, is the only way that leads to Nirvana. It cannot be changed. It cannot be changed. And it cannot be substituted by other way. There's no other way, the Buddha said, and very rational. So it's the training of morality, the training of concentration, that is samatha meditation. We cannot get away. We cannot get away. And then the Buddha said, we have to develop the right concentration, as I just told you, the purity of the mind. We have to develop the purity of morality first. And then the purity of the mind, the second step, the Buddha said. So the Buddha, he persuaded the monks to develop the right concentration. He said, only if you can develop the right concentration, you will see the ultimate realities as they really are, including the Four Noble Truths. Otherwise, you cannot see. You cannot see those, the ultimate mentality, materiality. Without the right concentration and the purity of the mind, you cannot see. So you cannot do vipassana without this, the purity of the mind. And only then we go to vipassana. So very clear teaching by the Buddha. Okay. Imaya Dhammanu. Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Buddham Bujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Dhammam Bujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Samgham Bujemi. With our holy practice, which is in accord with the 9 supramundane Dhammas, we pay obeisance to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Idam me punyam asvekkaya vaham hotu. May these merits of mine lead me to the extinction of all defilements. Idam me punyam nibbanasa paccaya hotu. May these merits of mine be conducive to my attainment of Nibbana. Imam no punya bhagam sabba sattanam dema. Imam no punya bhagam sabba sattanam dema. Imam no punya bhagam sabba sattanam dema. We share our merits with all sentient beings. May all sentient beings obtain the share of our merits and be well and happy always. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.